KCAA, your local connection for news, traffic, weather, and sports. AM 1050, KCAA.
Welcome to our new show,
Live with Aaron and Kelly.
That's right.
Is it new, Aaron?
It's kind of new to some people. To some people, it's brand new.
Really?
That's right.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, you're watching Live with Aaron and
Welcome.
Kelly. Welcome.
I'm giving besos and kisses to my friend Vilma. I told her I would.
Aw, Vilma. And we do have viewers. There's several ways that you can tune into us. Always go to kcaaradio.com, or you can listen to us on kcaaexpress.com on your phone, or you can watch us on Ustream, and now you can watch us on television in Texas.
Aaron, were we supposed to tell them already?
That's a hint. That's a hint.
Just told them.
I think I just told them. I know.
Wow. Okay, so on the show today, we have Jonathan Gwynn from Mikasa Broadcasting.
That's right.
And producer of Battlefield America, we have Zeus Zamani. I'm really excited to talk to both of these guys because, as Aaron just mentioned, we are now going to be on television on Mikasa Broadcasting, so we'll talk to Jonathan a little later. And Battlefield America is all about dance.
All about dance.
So I'm
These
so
kids,
excited
I mean,
to talk
they're
to them
young,
about
right?
that. Yeah.
I mean, you're from the dance world. I mean, you saw it. What do you think?
I haven't seen it actually, but I saw the trailer.
I mean, yeah.
And it's really cool. It's cool to see the young people dancing, and I think it's kind of in the vein of some of the movies we've seen before. So I think anytime a dancer gets an opportunity to work, it's amazing. You know,
you should be in that.
I think I'm a little too old for that particular movie.
You are not.
He hasn't seen it. Again, let's introduce Jose Luis Sedano, the man behind the camera.
That's why I love him. He said I'm not old. Too old to be in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was shot about 5 years ago.
She could be a very tall child. And of course, our engineer behind the scenes, John Watanabe, which makes sure that we sound good and get all of our audios on.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Okay, so we've got some our segment.
Which one, Aaron?
Our Good News Giveaway. That's right. I know I'm completely throwing off Kelly today.
No, it's totally fine. We can jump to that one.
Okay, can we?
Yeah.
Okay, because that was on the list. Five. We're going to give away 5 tickets for Greater Glory. We did so last week with Andy Garcia, Eva Longoria, out in theaters tomorrow, June 1st.
That's right. So if you guys want more information on how to enter to win, go to our Facebook or Twitter, Aaron M. Sanchez and Kelly V. Dolan.
In fact, we're going to give those of you that are watching live right now an opportunity at the end of the show to give us a call, and we'll give out some tickets. See how many we can give away.
5 tickets or 5 pair?
Wheels. I'm sorry. Yes, 5 pair. Thank you so very much. 5 pair.
And Aaron, now this weekend I am going to be covering the MTV Movie Awards.
Oh yes, that's right. You are Sunday.
Yes, I'm very excited. I know
Red
I've been
carpet.
I've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, and the band Fun is there to perform. So I'm really hoping that I'm going to catch them on the red carpet. So stay tuned.
And are you going to catch them? Because sometimes they walk kind of by. What are you going to do to get them?
Well, I can't give away my secrets.
Okay. Because she's pretty good on the carpet doing that.
But I know how to kind of get people's attention in an appropriate way, of course. And now, Aaron, you were saying that you're getting ready for E3.
E3, for those that don't know, in Los Angeles at the LA Convention Center, E3 is where all of the new games are premiered, all of the things that will come out in the next year. So we're going to give you footage from that. We're going to go do that with the Latino cyber guy, our friend, Jose Ulloa, and we look forward to some
We need
stuff
to get
there.
Jose on the show. We have yet to bring him on
I
the
know,
show
huh?
yet.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we need to introduce you guys
we'll
to
bring
him.
him
He's
in.
amazing.
We'll bring him in.
And speaking of trailers and things of that nature that you're going to probably see at E3, you're going to see a lot of video game trailers, tons of trailers. Anne Hathaway is having a great year.
Huge year.
Yeah.
Batman, of course, she's Catwoman. Everybody knows that. And now...
Les Miserables. Les Miserables. Les Mis. Les Miserables. I'm saying it a million different ways because I think everybody pronounces it different.
I
so
just say
everyone
Les
just calls
Mis.
it Les Mis.
Yeah, Les Mis. That's the easiest way to say it. How do you
Jose
say
Luis.
it, Mr. Jose Luis?
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
That's because he was in France at some point, right?
Oui.
Les
I knew you were. He's
Miserables.
world renowned. We're going to have you on the show at some point. Okay, so let's actually hear Anne Hathaway, do her singing in this. You got to go see it. We're going to post it on our page as well. But here it is. Anne Hathaway, the main part, along with Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe. Here it is. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
I love the music.
Yeah, and you got to see the visuals of this trailer. You've got Russell Crowe, Hugh Jackman. Now, I know for a fact Hugh Jackman sings just outstanding. Everybody thinks of him as Wolverine, but he actually started in Australia on Broadway over there.
Sure, I think people love seeing him perform. You know, he's been at the award shows before doing his thing, and I think people will be so excited to see him in this.
Right. So we're gonna wait for that to come out. That comes out December 25th, the day after my birthday, December 24th.
Aww.
Just for those keeping track. And now we've got some other news, right?
That's true. I mean, our show is all about entertainment meets how to build your business. So often we bring up the topic of Facebook. And I know Aaron usually has pet peeves about it, but Facebook is doing something new.
Yes.
They have released details about a new feature that allows businesses to easily promote their posts and get updates in front of more eyes. Now, there is a fee for this. It's easy and a fast way to reach more of the people that like your page and your friends. So this is more for people that have an actual business page, such as myself.
Or a fan page.
Or a fan page, such as Aaron has 2 of them.
4.
4 maybe.
No, I have 1 fan page and 3 profiles. Don't tell Facebook, okay? But yeah. Now, here's my little pet peeve with this, okay?
Sure.
Whenever you, and if for those of you that don't know, if you post on your fan page, it typically reaches only about under 9%.
Because it doesn't go in the news feed.
Right. Well, that's because of Facebook's algorithm. It's called EdgeRank, and it basically says how popular is your post, is it relevant to your fans? But here's my thing. These are your fans. A lot of them you actually pay sometimes to get fans to your site, right? Now you have to pay for them to see what you post. To me, that's a little backwards. I get it for some things that you really want somebody to see, and it's about $5 to $10. I just looked right now. If I pay $10 on a post of one of mine, I can maybe reach 1,400 people. If I paid $5, it's like I can reach 700 people. But which 700 am I reaching? You know, and how do they dictate that? And then my question is, if everybody's paying for this, are we going to see a bunch more ads that we don't want?
I'm sure we will, because that's everything always starts out free, and then you start to see other ways that people can generate money. But if you are interested in actually doing this, to do so, just visit the sharing tool to create a post located next to the post and public buttons. There will be a promote tab. Clicking on the promote drop-down menu will allow you to set your budget and how much you want to spend, such as $5 or $10 that Aaron was saying, to highlight the post throughout the duration of the promotion. So again, this is not for personal pages. This is for a fan page or a business page. It just, like, if, let's say, for instance, I was trying to promote a dance class on my business page, and I really wanted everybody to know about it, and I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to spend about $10 because I know that, 20 more dancers are going to see this, and I'll end up making that $10 back. Then I think it's worth it. It's just business, you know?
That is worth it. That is. I agree with that 100%.
Right, because we do have to remember that Facebook is free, and a lot of people are using it for business, and it's free promotion.
Well, I use it. We do a lot of events, and I know I've used the business side of it, but it's about 42 cents a click or impressions. It depends on which way you want to go. I don't know, though. I mean, we'll see how this turns out. It's a brand new feature. So, let's find out what you guys think.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you think about Facebook. Would you actually pay a little bit more if you have a business page or a fan page to get more promotion out if you have an event or something you wanted your fans to know about? Okay, Aaron, it's time for
the You Review.
Very good. It was our first time trying that. I think we tried to do it earlier in the show, but we were a little confused.
Well, we posted, Men in Black right now is huge. They said it even on the box office of opening weekend because of Memorial Day. They were able to beat out Avengers, which is already huge.
Which has been hard because I don't think any movie has been able to beat out the Avengers, and the Avengers has been around for a while now.
Yeah, so I posted and you posted. We posted, did you see Men in Black? What did you think? And so these are the You reviews, not our reviews. Donald says, I thought it was great. Not as good as the first one, but it was so worth my $15. Roger says, okay, perhaps not as good as MIB 1, but sequels rarely are, but enough fun and pseudo-scientific postulation about the fifth dimension and alternate possible realities to keep me amused for an hour 45 minutes, if you want to see the rest of what...
Wow.
He does a really good review, I might add. He does... Roger, thank you for the review.
Roger, make sure next time we ask this, you respond again. That was a great answer.
Yeah, he has a longer answer. Just go to our Facebook, facebook.com, Aaron M. Sanchez or Kelly V. Dolan. And Mark says, quite entertaining. What did yours say?
Also, Ricky said, wait for it. It was good.
Hey.
Not quite as in-depth as Roger, but Ricky said it was good. So
you know what?
there
Sometimes
it is.
the simpler the better. So those are the you reviews. You can give us a review every week.
You don't want to hear mine?
Yes,
Did you see
saw it.
Did you see Men in Black?
Well, I'm really looking forward to the sequel to it, Women in White. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And with
Women
that,
in white.
well, we got a great show
is a
planned
morning
for
show.
you. Yes. We're still waking up, obviously. We have a great show for you. Again, we do have next with us producer Zeus Zamani of Battlefield America, and we have his trailer here. Why don't we go ahead and have a listen? And
That would be amazing.
Let's go to that right now. Battlefield America. Here it is. That's right.
I cannot wait to speak with Zeus Zamani, producer of Battlefield America. The music was hot. All those little kids were dancing. I mean, I cannot wait to talk to him about this project.
That's right. This is written by Marquez Houston and Chris Stokes. We're going to ask everything that we need to want to know about Battlefield America.
And if you guys have any questions, too, make sure you go online and chat with us.
That's right. Ustream.tv/channel/KCAA TV. We're going to go to a quick break. So stay right there. We'll be right back.
KCAA.
Welcome back to our show live
with Aaron and Kelly.
That's right. We have got on the line right now. I've got to tell you, I'm excited about this because this guy has done almost every music video I've seen, probably.
Over 150 music videos. He has worked with Rick Ross, Chris Brown, Slim Thug, Baby Bash, Tyler the Creator, everybody. I mean, it's amazing what he's done in the music video world, and he's done films.
In fact, Tyler the Creator won the 2011 VMA Awards. So, I mean, this man has been doing it all.
Yeah, I can't wait. Do we have him on the line?
Do we have him on the line? We have Zeus.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi, Zeus. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, thank you for being with us. Now, from what I understand, where exactly are you from in the UK?
I was brought up in Brighton for about 6-7 years, but then actually went over to London where I stayed for about 6-7 years there. I finished my schooling out there, and about 8 years ago now I moved to La La Land.
I love your accent. I could listen to it all day.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got to do some audiobooks for us.
Right.
Now, and you're working with your brother, right? What's that been like?
Yes, yeah, it's been great. He's always been he's always wanted to be a director since a very, very early age, and he actually moved out here about 12 years ago. Started doing a lot of writing and directing and whatnot, and then a few years back, he was like, well, it's either stay there and then enjoy rainfall, 90% of the time in the UK, or come over to Los Angeles and let's just set up the business and let's work together. We come from a very sort of family-oriented background, and it's been good. It's been interesting, to work with your brother and live with him as well. But it's been great. I wouldn't change it for the world. And
I want to see that reality show of you two living together, trying to create. I mean, we always have creative differences at times, so we always come right. We always come to it in the middle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's fine because we kind of do two separate sort of aspects of this
Sure.
world. And that's how it works and why it works. It's kind of like complementing each other. He does deal with the directing side of it. He does deal with the creative more so, and I deal with the the business side, the development side. So it really just works out.
Very cool. Now, you have a huge background in music videos, and now we have this Battlefield America out. What would you say is the biggest difference in being involved with a music video versus a feature-length film?
Do you know what it is? It's, sort of, if you look at it, the underlying mechanics are actually the same. Production is the same, whether it is for a music video or a movie. The difference, I think, or the biggest difference to me anyway, is being able to have that endurance and stamina to be able to do it day after day after day after day for such a long period of time. With a music video, it's short format, and we prep for it, whether it's a week or 2 weeks, but then we shoot for, on average, between 1 and 2 days, and then we have post-production for 2 weeks, and that's it. A project, a feature film project, obviously, it's taking the same concept but just amplifying it. Both in size and obviously in time. That's the thing. It's just being able to keep up that stamina, day after day when, especially during production. And that was the thing that, to me, when I did the first movie in 2010, it was the biggest learning curve. And crazily enough, working with these children on Battlefield, it was, to me, as someone has been doing this for sort of 7, 8 years now, it was inspiring to see how much of that stamina these kids have, and that endurance from them and the focus from them, and these were sort of 7-year-old to 12-year-old kids doing it just the same way we were doing it day after day. It was great.
I have to congratulate everybody on the set then, because from what I understand, having children in film can be very difficult because of the time frame that they can work.
Oh my God, yes.
And dealing with the parents
Right.
and tutors.
Teachers,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, it really was. I mean, again, compared to the previous two movies, this was the first movie that I worked with children, and the challenge on this one was that at the same time it was so inspiring and it was so remarkable to see how much talent these kids have. But from a logistical standpoint, it was definitely very, very challenging.
Well, we're glad you overcame that. Yeah, I just was able to see the trailer. I can't wait to see this, actually. But I mean, these kids are doing moves that I wish I could have done at their age. I would have been cooler. Yeah. I mean, what was the audition process like? I mean, how many kids did you see?
It was very, very, very long. I mean, that was a good chunk of the pre-production that we did, and I guess development / pre-production. We basically, I mean, the casting was mainly from Chris Stokes, obviously the director's side with the casting lady that we had, but it was an extensive one. The casting took place from all across the States as well as all the way from Japan as well. We had certain dance groups from Japan flown over, to work with us on the movie. So it was, there was a lot of auditions. There was a lot of tape auditions that, we accepted, and then, we flew people in to then do, second round of auditions. So it was extensive, but it's amazing how many talented kids are out there. And, this movie really did provide like an outlet, for them, for the talent of these kids to really kind of, to let them shine, to the kind of the broader public.
Sure. Why did you guys decide to, there's so much talent in Los Angeles. What made you guys decide to go outside of LA for casting? I think it's great that you did, but so many people don't take that chance.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong, out of, I guess, 40 or 50 children that were part of this, a good chunk of them are actually from Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
So, they were both from LA and then, from Boston and elsewhere, and out of the sort of, again, all of those kids, some of them were already, quite big and had a lot of exposure. There was 3 or 4 of them have already been on Ellen numerous times.
Cool.
So, yeah, so it's, they were from both locally as well as around the country as well as internationally. And it was good because each sort of area as well from, provides like a different dancing technique and different sets of skills. So it was great to kind of bring that all in and create these, a number of these different groups and so it was definitely a varied kind of skill set.
Now, Marquez Houston did this. Was this his original screenplay, or did he come to you? You went to him?
Marcus and Chris Stokes actually wrote this together. And my relationship with them is that we worked on a TV horror movie called Somebody Help Me Too.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
This was a sequel to an original Somebody Help Me, which was made in 2007 again by the same team. And, we built a relationship. We worked really well. They came to me, and I produced that movie for them. And, it was successful, and we made it happen in the time frame. And we just kind of continued building from there. And we did another movie called The Helpers, which is actually out in September.
Congratulations!
Yeah, congratulations!
Awesome.
One right after the other.
Absolutely, yeah. It's weird, when you shoot. Again, this is the other difference, I guess, between music videos and to go back to that is that once you shoot a film, as a producer, because I don't obviously produce the post production as much. So once we kind of wrap, in some ways, I start to look at the next project that we're going to work on. So, I don't have much involvement until, we shot Battlefield America actually exactly more or less a year ago. It was this time last year. So it's fun, and it brings back that excitement again once the movie's, gone through that process, is now, due out. So it's great.
When you look at producing a project, what do you look for? I would imagine eventually getting some type of distribution would help, but does there need to be a name attached? I mean, Marcus Houston has a name. Chris Stokes has, they've worked together before.
Absolutely.
If someone just off the street says, "Hey, Zeus, I got a script," that's, which I'm sure happens to you a lot. What is it that you look for in a project that you'll actually, take on and produce?
I mean, there's so many different factors that kind of need to kind of fall into place for it to be a project that is viable to do. From a business standpoint, the very, very, very first thing obviously is the screenplay.
Sure.
Is making sure that this screenplay is something that, even at that first point of reading it, it may not be perfected, but if I can see that it has potential, that it can reach a level where it has that potential to be turned into something great visually. That's obviously the first thing. Attaching names is huge still, as far as how viable it is financially. Having said that, though, we're seeing as the years go on now, the last 5 years, we are seeing this trend now of, the name factor not necessarily being as imperative, I guess, as it used to be.
How so?
I'm reading articles, and then they're saying that, the star power, quote unquote, doesn't necessarily mean, I guess what they're trying to say is that if you look at some trends, there are movies that are now coming out that don't have a single name attached, and they are still doing really, really well.
Sure. Even if you look at the history of a lot of dance movies, that's always been an actor or an actress's, first big movie. That you don't really have huge stars, but because people love dance so much, they'll go to see it. And what I like about this is more for the younger kids. We've seen so much for the teenage and kind of up.
How old are these kids? I mean, they were between what ages?
Very young. I mean, all the way. I mean, I think the youngest kid that we had there was probably about 7.
That's great. I love it. I love it.
That is the niche of this. And that's why I think that it's, like you just said, it is something that's very, very different. We've seen all the Step Up franchise do its thing. Obviously, You Got Served did its thing, but this is now the first time that we're kind of, taking it to that younger audience and that younger kind of, those dancers. And it's fun. I mean, it was a movie that, it really is a movie that, as an adult you can go and you can enjoy, because there is emotion there. There is a good story. There's comedy in it. There's drama in it. So it's not just for children. It's definitely a family family-oriented dance movie. But it makes you appreciate it even that much more when it is a 7-year-old doing a backflip.
Absolutely.
Or whatnot,
And it does handle some very serious topics. It is PG-13, right? So
yes, it is PG-13. Yeah. So again, and that kind of reflects on its on the serious undertone of it as well.
Okay. All right. So something
for
for the whole family. It's something to talk about too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, Zeus, before we let you go, is there a Facebook or Twitter or anything you can plug, that you want to promote?
I mean, the website, my website and then the company that I run, my brother, for sure, it's azfilmstudios.com. So it's www.azfilmstudios.com. If you go on there, you can see the body of work that we've done and read about a little bit about myself and my brother and what we're all about.
Well, congratulations on
Yes,
that, both you and your
congratulations.
brother.
Yeah.
AZ Productions. We were thinking of AK Productions with Aaron and Kelly, but you guys kind of took that side.
Yeah, if you ever have another dance movie, Aaron would be amazing in it.
That's right. You got to see my moves. All right. Thank you so very much for taking a moment with us, and we are going to go see that. Again, that's out in theaters June 1st.
Very excited.
Go see it. Thank you so very much for taking a moment with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
You
Don't
too.
go anywhere because we are going to have with us Jonathan Gwynn from Mikasa Broadcasting. And this is interesting because Mikasa Broadcasting is in Texas. We got some good news. But also, if you're a creator and you have content, where do you go? We're going to talk to Mikasa Broadcasting because he has the inside scoop on distribution, TV distribution. So you're not going to want to miss that right after
I
this.
can hardly sit still. I'm so excited.
Woo! All right. We'll be right back right after this.